Okay, today's lesson is going to be about waves, and what we're going to do is review some of the basic vocabulary that you've learned in previous years so that we can be ready to go for our lab experiment tomorrow. So the first thing about waves, what do you think of? Maybe the royal wave, the Queen or the Pope, catching a big wave, surfing. But today we're going to talk about waves in a different way. So what is a wave? All it is a disturbance that travels through a medium from one location to another. You see here in our pictures it could be like a sound wave going through the air or dropping a pebble in the water for a wave. So here are the parts of the wave that we're going to learn. Amplitude, crest, wavelength, and trough. You've probably heard these before, but we just want to review them so that our lab experiment will go easy tomorrow. First one, crest. All that is the top of a wave. You can see three crests in our picture here. I have the one in the middle circled. Again, it's just the highest point or peak of a wave. So you see three crests in our picture. Alright, a trough. All that is the low point of a wave. You see two of them in our picture. One of them circled here. And again, it's just the lowest point or valley of a wave. Right, wavelength. Wavelength is, here we go, wavelength is the distance between successive crests or trough. So you can see in our picture it's circled wavelength using trough. So it's just from one point in the trough to the very next one. Amplitude. Amplitude is just going from the middle of the wave to either the top or the bottom point of the top or bottom. So going from the middle to a crest or going from the middle to a trough. You see it circled here. Again, it's the distance between a crest or trough and the center of a wave. So the line going down the middle, so you can see it here, going straight through the wave, and the top of the wave, so the middle to the top would be from the amplitude to the crest, or if you do it from the bottom, starting here, going down to a trough. That's the amplitude. A few types of waves we're going to talk about: transverse, longitudinal, mechanical, and electromagnetic spectrum. So real quickly, a transverse moves at right angles perpendicular to the direction of the wave. So if we look at our picture, the direction of the wave is going from left to right. You see it from the hand to the wall. But the actual wave is going up and down. So if this was like a rope, the rope would be moving up and down. So it would be the amplitude from the middle to the top, and the wavelength goes from left to right. So it's perpendicular to each other. Now, longitudinal wave moves in the same direction that the wave travels. The easiest way to think of this is like a slinky, that you're moving back and forth. You see the direction of the wave goes from left to right. Okay, so it moves from left to right, but the wave, instead of going up and down like we had before, it's also moving left to right. So you think of it like a slinky. When you compress it, it moves from left to right, the same direction that the wave is moving. A mechanical wave transfers kinetic energy through matter like a sound wave or seismic wave. So you're listening to all your music on your Beats headphones, that is a sound wave. So that's a kind of mechanical wave. If you live in California or along another plate boundary and you feel an earthquake, that's a seismic wave. So the mechanical is transferring kinetic energy. Electromagnetic spectrum, the range of all electromagnetic frequencies. Kind of go over this quickly because we're going to do a lot more with this later on in the week. But the examples we have here: a radio wave, microwave, infrared, the visible light, so the light that we can see, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. We're going to do that real quickly in the next couple weeks. But what I want you to work on for tonight, I want you to draw a wave just like we had on the example with the crest, trough, amplitude, and wavelength. And then I want you to read over the lab experiment that we're going to be doing tomorrow.